In 1982, Viv decides to get a new job to help finance her upcoming move to New York City, where she seeks a new beginning away from her crappy little hometown of Fell, in upstate New York. She begins working the night shift as the clerk of the local Sundown Motel, and while she is excited about being able to pay for her move, Viv quickly realizes that something in this place doesn't quite make sense. This insanely intelligent and creepy psychological thriller was written by Simone St. James, author of the award-winning bestseller, The Broken Girls. A highly compelling ride with amazing characters, The Sundown Motel is a masterclass of mystery that benefits from the format of dual timelines, with one set in 1982 and the other in 2017. Enlivened by the acclaimed Reddit frightening pastor, Pen Pal is a very muddled novel to depict. Basically, it is the tale of an anonymous storyteller who is attempting to bits together a progression of odd and alarming occasions from his youth that never sounded good to him. The least we can say about Pen Pal is that it is extraordinarily extraordinary. Creator Dathan Auerbach doesn't go easy with this novel, and he takes the wide thought of a secret in quite a dim and upsetting bearing that it will frequently make you question the very idea of the story. The book is short, however totally justified, despite all the trouble, and it will remain with you long after you read it. After the death of her grandma, Mouse is asked by her dad to get out her separated home and deal with her canine for the present. Continually ready to help, Mouse acknowledges. While the undertaking uncovers itself to be trying from the outset, it turns out her grandmother was a hoarder. Things really take a dull turn when she discovers her progression granddad's mystery diary, which appears to detail the shenanigans and whereabouts of a strange state of alarming creatures situated in the forested areas around. Written by T. Kingfisher, also known as Ursula Vernon, The Twisted Ones is a creepy and anxiety-inducing book with an amazing protagonist and narrator at the center. Cora, a talented no-nonsense reporter with a sensitive past, is sent to rural Georgia to cover a disturbing story about an Appalachian cult of snake handlers. The unpredictable nature of the story is definitely a signature of its author, Christy DeMeester, who is originally known for her incredible short horror stories that flip themselves upside down with mind-bending twists. The first story, after which the book is titled, is about the murder of a 9-year-old girl named Satsuki, and the subsequent cover-up of her murder by the boy and the girl she trusted and believed to be her friend. Summer, Fireworks and My Corpse, released in September 2010, is a compilation of 3 separate horror stories, including a 200-page short novel, written by legendary Japanese author Otsuichi. In under 2 minutes, Luke Ellis' life is completely transformed. His parents are silently murdered by mysterious intruders. He is kidnapped, thrown in an SUV and driven away from his home in Minneapolis. Most people view Stephen King as a classic horror writer, which he is, and, as a result of that status of legend, most people don't seem to be aware that he is still releasing books to this day. Ever since she escaped the claws of her excessively abusive ex-husband by finally fighting back, Liz knows something has changed in her. M.R. Carey's comeback to horror is an absolute home run. A powerful story about coping mechanisms and the various forms of domestic After scamming strangers, family and friends out of millions of dollars, Julia Bishop's husband commits suicide, leaving her alone to face the consequences of his crimes. Wendy Webb is no stranger to great horror. She is one of the masters of contemporary supernatural thrillers, and The Vanishing is a perfect example of that. Maria McQueen, a gifted young girl with a supernatural ability to find lost things, is the only child to have ever escaped Charles Manx, a not-so-human maniac that kidnaps children and takes them to a terrifying place he calls Christmas Land. Stephen King's son and modern horror legend Joe Hill brings us one of the most unique novels ever written, regardless of genre, with a world unlike any other. When her mother suddenly vanishes without a trace, 19-year-old Ruthie and her little sister Fawn decide to do whatever it takes to find her. New York Times best-selling author Jennifer McMahon delivers her best novel yet with The Winter People.